Hi, this is Tutor Nick P. This is Idioms 543. The idiom today is to turn back the clock, and we got 4 meanings and 4 uses. Okay, somebody wants a screenshot. Do it right now. Let's get right to it. If someone says that he or she wants to turn back the clock or put back the clock, he or she wants to return to a situation that used to exist before because one is reminiscing. All right, that's the first meaning. The second one, to recreate a former time or era, usually for entertainment. All right, it's the second one. The third one, to revisit something from the past for research or interest. And number 4, to literally set a clock to an earlier hour. Okay, good. Let's continue. The phrase dates back to the late 1800s and may be connected to an older similar phrase, to turn back the hands of time. That's why sometimes you also hear to turn back time too. Hands in this phrase refers to the handles on the clock, such as the second, minute, or hour handle. So we can say, the second hand, the minute hand, the hour hand for each of the handles on a clock or a watch. All right, let's continue. The phrase came about as a metaphor, as an attempt to return to a former time period. Okay, and we got 6 examples to show just how this is used. Here's the first one. Sometimes I try to turn back the clock by looking at old photos or movies from my childhood. So this is the one about reminiscing. You're almost trying to return to that time period, at least in your mind. You can't do it physically. So number 2, the Renaissance Festival tries to turn back the clock by having people dress up in costumes from the Middle Ages and set up performances, to entertain them. So again, this is the one where you set up a scene or a set or something and make it look like a past period. So you're trying to turn back the clock in that sense. Again, especially for entertainment. Number 3, that archaeologist is trying to turn back the clock by examining artifacts from that site, archaeological site, so he could analyze how people lived thousands of years ago or thousands of years before. Okay, so that would be like the third one, for research or interest. And all right, number 4, if I could turn back the clock, I would like to do a lot of things different. Yeah, this is a common one that you hear people say, if they could kind of redo their life. So we do use it that way as well. All right, number 5. He needs to turn the clock. He needs to turn back the clock this weekend for daylight savings time. Especially in the U.S., they still do daylight savings time, where they move the hour handle like ahead and back, twice a year, to save electricity, something like that. All right, and the last one here. I need to turn back the clock 3 hours to adjust to the new time zone. So if you go traveling somewhere, sometimes it's on a different hour. Okay, anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it was clear. I hope it was very informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.